And here we are. We are live.
We are live. Happy
Hello, hello,
Sunday.
hello, everyone.
We made it another week.
I know, right?
Yes,
But I'm telling
Lord.
you, man, I'm
What?
sick of everybody. I'm
In this
sick of
book?
everybody's on my last nerve now. Everybody.
Yes. Yes. But welcome everyone to Pages and Perspectives with T and Oslin. This is our live Sunday book club where we explore meaningful books through open conversation and shared reflection. Now, I do want to say this just as a disclaimer. This is our Sunday book club, but you all, as our supporters and viewers, are a part of our book club. It's not just me and T, okay? So, anytime you all are reading along or you're listening, you can always chime in and
Mhm.
you can even get on um, video with us if you want to and talk about some of the things that we're bringing out. It doesn't have to be
Yeah, I
about the
need to
book.
drop the link.
Yes, automatically we're we are basically just using the book to talk about other things, and you can always share your perspective whether you're reading the book or not. So I want to say that, it's definitely a welcome all environment. We don't aim to judge or fix anybody's perspectives on things. We're just here to share and have fun and take a break for an hour, at least
Yeah.
once a week, to just chill and, you know, reflect. So this is actually our last week in our book Verity, which was our first psychological thriller that we read as a group. And man, it has been fun. I would say that it's been fun.
It's been fun. It's been a roller coaster ride. It's
Yes, it
been
has been a
just
roller coaster.
weird. Hey,
Absolutely.
Alice. Alice from Latin Budget just came
Hi,
in.
Alice. Happy Sunday to you.
Happy Sunday. I don't know why it's not letting me pin like I want to.
Okay.
There it goes.
Awesome. All right. So yes, of course, as always, T will start with a chapter overview, and T will walk us through our chapter overview. Then we'll talk about our thoughts on the whole deal, the whole shebang.
Man, this chapter overview is just gonna be a. I'm sick of all of these people. If you guys
Hmm.
don't know, like I'm sick of every last one of them now. I'm glad this book is over, but at the same time, it was a good book.
Yes.
It was
Mhm.
just like I think looking back on it now, we can see where she could have tweaked it and made it
Right.
better. But
Hmm. Hmm.
anyway, I accidentally last week went over a little bit of chapter 21 because I let the audio play too long. So I knew that she had sat down at the table. This is Lowen here.
Hmm. Right.
Sits down at the table with little crew
Hmm.
and starts talking to him basically about what she read in that manuscript. If you
Right.
weren't here last week Lowen read in Verity's manuscript that she basically drowned her daughter. She
Hmm.
took Crew and um oh, what's the second daughter's name?
Um. Crap. It starts with
Harper.
an H. Yeah,
She took
Harper.
Harper and Crew out on their little boat
Hmm.
and basically tells Crew, hold your breath,
Before she tips it over.
and then tips over the boat so that to Hannah's demise.
Right.
Doesn't try to save her, nothing. Just
Hmm.
okay, so Lowen reads that. So this week, Lowen's like sitting at the table with Crew, and she's like, Crew, have you ever been on a boat?
Hmm.
Um, did you used to have a boat?
Right,
And
right.
then she kind of gets into what happened when Harper was on the boat with you, with Harper and Mommy on the boat. And Crew goes into panic mode.
Hmm.
He's eating, they're sitting down having a snack. He bites down on the spoon and basically rips open his tongue, starts bleeding and everything.
Hmm.
And So she starts screaming. Basically, his dad comes down. Jeremy comes down,
Mm-hmm.
takes Crew to whisks Crew off to the hospital because this little boy needs stitches. Like it's that
Right.
bad. That's how flustered he was that he
Mm-hmm.
needs stitches. So Jeremy rushes him off to the hospital, and my first immediate thought was she has to be in this house
Yes.
with Verity by
Right. I
herself.
thought the same thing. Yeah.
So, oh my God. And she thought the same thing we did
Mm-hmm.
because she immediately runs downstairs to the basement, tries to grab the baby monitor because she
Mm-hmm.
wants to put a camera on Verity while she's downstairs because she wants
Right.
no parts of being in
Mm-hmm.
that house with Verity.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So she's basically looking at the camera and waiting desperately for Jeremy to get back with Crew.
Mm-hmm.
They eventually do get back, and he had to have stitches, and she didn't see anything unusual on the
Right.
camera at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what is possessing this lady.
Right. To
She's
do
like,
that.
it's like she's on a Scooby Doo mystery hunt, and she's trying to solve a
Mm-hmm.
mystery or
Oh, you talking
something.
about Lowen?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
she's just.
Yeah.
I'm like, what in the world is making her do all this?
Right.
But welcome. Is it Danielle?
Daniel B. Hi, Daniel.
Daniel
Happy
B.
Sunday to you also.
Daniel B. Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Welcome and thank you for coming in. But we are going over the book Verity. This is the final chapters of this book. We're going to close it on out
Yeah.
and have it come to an end.
Yes.
Um, but anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going in any kind of chronological order, you guys. So I'm just going over the overview of the story. Eventually, we get to the point where Lowen sees Verity move.
Mm-hmm.
She has that camera set up, remember?
Yep.
So she sees Verity move.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome, CRG. She sees her move. She goes into panic mode. She runs upstairs. She goes in this lady's room. She's
Mm-hmm.
like basically dragging her out of the bed. Get up. I saw you move. Get up.
Right.
Stop faking it. And this lady is sitting there like she's incapacitated. But
Mm-hmm.
Lowen's just grabbing at the lady, trying to make her get up.
Yeah.
Jeremy hears her
Mm-hmm.
and he runs in there and he's like, what in the world are you doing? You
Right.
know, he starts immediately packing low and stuff like, you got to get out because you are
Mm-hmm.
crazy. This lady
Mm-hmm.
is incapacitated and you are in here trying to drag her out of the bed.
Right.
So finally, Verity is like, no, I'm not Verity, but Lowen's like, read this manuscript. Just read it and you'll
Mm-hmm.
understand she's faking. She's faking
Yes.
this whole thing.
Yep. Busted.
Yeah. So Jeremy finally reads this manuscript, or so we think.
Mm-hmm.
Finally reads
Hi,
this manuscript.
Coach.
Hey,
How are
Coach,
you?
how are you doing? So anyway, he takes the manuscript in his room. He's reading the manuscript. It's a big to do.
Mm-hmm.
She's waiting with bated breath because she doesn't know whether he's going to continue to kick her out. This is Lowen here. She doesn't
Right.
know whether Jeremy is going to go ahead and kick her out or whether he's really going to read this manuscript and come to a conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
So he does read it. Takes an unusually short amount of time for him to read this manuscript, but
Right.
he reads it. He comes out of the room fuming, goes
Mm-hmm.
straight to Verity's room and is like, get up right now. This lady stays in the bed still, like she can't hear him. He's like, no, get up. And for a split second there, he almost thinks she can't get up
Right.
because he turns around to kind of walk out.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't know, something in him. He turns back around and says, look, if you don't get up, I'm going to the police with this manuscript and I'm telling everything. And you're going to go to jail
Yeah.
and all this stuff. And finally, she opens her eyes.
Oh
Whole
my
time,
gosh.
whole time, y'all. Verity was in
Hmm.
fact there. She was there
Wow.
the whole time. She just, I had to do it. Like, but I gotta explain. Let me explain what's going on and all this stuff. Jeremy's not trying to hear it. This dude
Hmm.
immediately jumps on her
Yep.
and basically just starts choking her. Just
That's the end of Verity. Oh wait, no, no.
no,
Yeah.
that's not the end of
Yeah,
Verity,
that wasn't
because
no,
this
that
is
wasn't the
where
end.
it made me mad with Lowen.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
Lowen's sitting on the sideline. She's watching this, and at
Hmm.
first she lets it go, but then she sees that he's really gonna hurt this lady. So
Hmm.
she's like, "Stop, Jeremy, stop! Don't do it."
Yeah.
Crew's not gonna have any parents. And I'm thinking, okay, good, Lowen, good, because you're looking out.
Right.
This chick goes, "No, put your fingers down her throat so it'll look like she aspirated." This
Yeah.
this is her solution. Not stop completely, but
Right.
do it a different way so you don't get caught.
Right.
She lost me. She lost me on that.
Yeah.
I just was like, wow, this is your solution. I thought she was gonna be the good person to be like, don't do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
She was not. She was not a good person. Hence why I said this lady was getting on my nerves since chapters and chapters back, and
Right.
now I am justified in the
And
fact that this lady was
yes,
getting on my
everything you
nerves.
said and thought about Lauren was correct.
None of these people are good people, in my
Yeah.
personal opinion.
Yeah.
So anyway, that happens, and it is the end of Verity.
It's the end of Verity.
It's the beginning, the first time we've seen her open her eyes, and it's the end of Verity. As soon as we know she's there, she's gone.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so I do need to go back a little bit though and say that during one of their little trysts, because now Lowen is messing with the lady's husband in her own house.
Yeah.
Another reason why I was like, this
Right.
lady is just,
Lauren was doing the most.
yeah.
And Jeremy
Well,
too.
yeah, Jeremy and Lowen were doing the most. They were doing the absolute most. And so during the one of these little sessions,
Mhm.
they did not take precautions, and that's where I'll leave it. They did
Oh
not take
yeah,
precautions.
true. I forgot about that detail. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Hi
didn't take
Philip. We're
precautions.
reading Verity. Well, we
This is
just
a
read
good.
Verity. Mm-hmm. This is our final episode, wrapping up the ending of how this
Mm-hmm.
book ended. And also keep in mind too that this is soon to be a major motion picture this year. So
Yeah, should be October. I think October. This
yes.
will be coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I just had to throw in that little detail because the rest needs to make sense as I'm going through the storyline. But
Right.
anyway, so that happens. Verity's gone. Verity's
Mm-hmm.
now gone.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy comes downstairs and he's like telling Lowen, "Hey, she passed in her sleep. This is what we're gonna say. She
Mm-hmm.
passed in her sleep. I woke up the next morning and
Mm-hmm.
she wasn't there anymore, and blah blah blah." So that's the story they go with. It's the end of Verity. They say she passed in her sleep, and
Nobody
apparently that
questioned it.
nobody questions it,
Mm-hmm.
which is another issue that I have. Nobody looked at this because you know what I mean? It's like a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
holes in
right.
this. It's a lot of holes in this. And
Mm-hmm.
another hole.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the monitor that's been
Yes.
on?
Right.
Never heard of Lowen turning this monitor off. The
Exactly. I
whole
literally thought
while
that. I
that
thought
Jeremy
that.
the whole while that Jeremy's doing this thing
Yeah.
and basically taking his wife out.
Being recorded.
So where is this tape? Where is this, like,
Right.
you're recording yourself.
Right.
Anyway, I digress. I digress.
Mm-hmm.
Um Next thing we know, we flash to the future,
Mm-hmm.
and Lowen and Jeremy are together, and they're expecting a little girl.
Yep.
Remember, I said they didn't take precautions. Um, so they're expecting a little girl,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to go back to the house to clean up everything and make sure everything's gone. They don't want to see this house anymore, understandably,
Mm-hmm.
after the events that have transpired. So they get back to the house. They're cleaning everything out. They're getting rid of everything, getting rid of whatever, probably evidence as well.
Right.
Probably evidence as
They probably tossed
well.
the baby monitor.
Maybe the baby monitor. We can only assume, but even though they never discuss it again.
Right.
But anyway, so they're getting rid of everything. Next thing we know, little crew comes down and says, "Well, no." He comes in the house, comes running in the house, and he says, "I'm going to go upstairs and get some things." Basically, he runs upstairs, comes down with a bunch of pictures, and
Hmm.
Lowen's like, "They're pictures that he's drawn."
Hmm.
Lowen's like, "Where'd you get these from?" And he says, "My mom keeps them in the floor."
Hmm.
That sets off a little light bulb for
For Miss
Lowen, like,
Lauren,
what
right.
is in the floor? Like, what are
Hmm.
you talking about? So she basically runs upstairs to see where this mysterious floor hiding spot
Hmm.
is, finds it, and in that little cubby area is a letter that Verity wrote to Jeremy.
Right.
Basically
Mm.
saying the whole thing was a ruse
Mm, mm,
in the
mm.
manuscript, and she wrote from another perspective based on her publisher. She was having writer's block, and her publisher suggested that she, write about herself, but in a villain standpoint. And it's not really her. She didn't really do it. And she
Hmm.
was planning on basically when the money hit from the new books, she was going to take crew and bail out. She was about to dip
Right.
with the baby
Right. Right. Which was
after
weird.
everything. Yeah.
That was weird. Like, what?
So the ending of this is Lowen finds the letter, reads the letter, decides not to give it to Jeremy, proceeds to go in the bathroom and eat the
Oh
letter.
yeah, did she like it came up? Didn't it?
Huh?
Didn't
Yeah,
she
she
like
starts
yeah.
eating the letter in the bathroom, runs to the bathroom with the letter, starts tearing it up into little pieces, eating parts of it, flushing other parts of it, and decides she's never going to tell Jeremy. They have their little baby girl, and all is well in the world. Like, this is how this book.
See, that book, like,
What?
yeah,
What? What?
yeah. I first want to say, for the people tuned in, well, I think somebody else tuned in. Let me see.
Yeah.
Hi Sevy.
Hi,
How are
Sevy.
you?
How are you?
Thank you to everyone. Also, but I want to say, like, after our book club meeting last Sunday, me, T, and I both finished this
Yes.
book same day because we had to know what was going on. And we're texting on Instagram. We're both like, what the heck? Okay, it's so many questions.
What a
What
waste.
yeah, and that's how I felt initially. I felt like that's how I felt initially. Throughout the week, my brain had time to simmer a little bit. I told you
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, we did a crawfish boil. Our friends that came over, actually, some of the friends that recommended the book to me. So I just, like, I thought when I would talk about the book, it would be disappointment because I think that was
Mm-hmm.
the first thing that I felt. But I thought it was interesting. It's just like you put in your description, from this book, people became either team truth or team letter.
Yes.
And it's like, for me, I was telling my friends this yesterday, I don't see how anybody could have been team letter. Like, we just read about Verity. Literally, do we not know that she is a conniving enough person to try to cover this whole thing up? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Yeah, it was interesting though. Like, um, but see, of course, that was a very great overview.
I'm sorry. I tried to run it down, but I didn't want to go into too much detail because I know you have
That was
your.
perfect. You did
Yeah.
perfect. So I know. Remember last week too. The way you even realized that you ran over was because of exactly what Cruz said to Lowen,
Mm-hmm.
which was, um, "Mommy told me not to tell you." Because remember, we were like, if he said don't talk about it versus you, if it's you, it's like specific. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So that's one thing that was interesting. Also, by the time that she got the baby monitor and set it up, because Crew had an accident, Jeremy was like helping Verity with something and kind of just left her there to go and bring Crew to the emergency room. I was like, for Verity to stay in that same like fake crippled up position that whole time until she moved. You know what I mean? Like she literally had this ruse or whatever you call it, what she did
It's a ruse.
down to a yeah, down to a like she was not playing. Truly mentally. You know, like she had some stuff going on with her to be able to do that. Um, but yeah, the letter to me was complete and utter BS. Okay, and I don't know. It's so much to say about it. Like I don't know.
My initial thought, honestly, my initial thought was to believe the letter.
Really?
Initially.
Hmm.
And then I had to take the whole story in totality.
Yeah.
This lady, okay, number one, the fact that she would write that,
Right.
okay, even if we want to believe the fact that she was performing some kind of writer's
Right.
whatever, writer's experiment or whatever in writing that, the fact that this lady could lay in the bed
Hmm.
that long
Right.
and fool not only doctors and nurses,
Yep.
but like that in and of itself lets you know the level of cuckoo
Exactly.
that she has to be. Like
Exactly.
something I cannot believe the manuscript
Yeah.
because she's demonstrated that she is at least off.
Right. And then too, because I just remembered this, the final part of the manuscript was her being caught by Jeremy and then crashing into a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And she literally said, so be it. This is
Mm-hmm.
what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? So she, after being caught by Jeremy initially, decided that she was gonna rewrite or write her autobiography, the story of how she
Mm-hmm.
met Jeremy, apart from being smitten and just head over heels and obsessed with Jeremy, to the true disappointment of having children,
Mm-hmm.
jealousy of her children, taking them out, all that stuff. And then at the end of it all, she's confessing and saying, this is the point that I've come to since you read it and you know what's going on. So be it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to take myself out or whatever she was trying to do. You know what I mean? So to say you was doing all that just for writer's block, you ain't got no issue with writer's block if you making all that up. You don't have no issues with writer's block.
Exactly. And honestly, if I'm not mistaken, in the manuscript, he read her manuscript, correct?
Yes, she got caught
So
right before he was
what
going to
she's
report
trying to
it.
say is
Yeah.
that he read that manuscript.
Hmm.
The
Oh, in her
timeline doesn't
letter.
make
He's saying in her
sense.
letter she read the manuscript. He read the
Oh,
manuscript.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know if in the manuscript she said he read it or in the okay,
Yeah, but I
okay.
think he read it in both versions because in the autobiography she said that that's how she got caught and Jeremy was livid and upset and he was going to go to the police and am I mixing them? I don't think.
No, that's the letter where
Oh,
she
that's
said
okay,
he
I'm
was going
mixing
to
them.
go to the police and he was going to use basically her manuscript. Oh, and he's the one that ran her into the tree, y'all.
Yes, in the letter.
In the letter. In the letter. He's the one that did it. So I'm like, okay, but if he had already read it,
But I'm trying to remember that part too because how did
I
she go
want to
from
know that he read. I feel
because
no.
I'm trying to remember how she went from how did she get to the point of wanting to drive herself into a tree? I thought it had something to do with being caught or something,
No, it
either
didn't have
caught
to
or
do
being
with being
attention.
caught. I'm getting it mixed up too. It didn't have to do with being caught. It had to do with the fact
Attention?
that she thought that he was going to, it was the fact that he alluded to thinking she did something because
Ah, yeah.
he
Just a
asked her
suspicion.
why she told Crew to hold his breath
That's
before the
it.
boat got
Yes,
tipped over.
that's it. Yeah. So he was on her behind.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's when she got like, nervous and scared and did what she did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and I
apparently he
actually.
read it and decided that he was going to make her manner of taking her out look like what she wrote in the book.
Hmm.
So at this point, I'm like, everybody crazy.
Yes. Yes.
You see what
Oh,
I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
everybody is
Yeah.
nuts
Yeah.
because he was really trying to cover his tracks too.
Right. Right.
Because he was gonna say, "Here's the manuscript. Look at what she wrote," and she crashed herself into a tree, and that was that.
Hmm.
And she is sitting here writing this crazy manuscript in the first place
Right.
that she claims is not true. I do not believe that. And hey, Sabrina,
Hi,
Sabrina just
Sabrina.
came in.
Yeah. Hi,
Um,
Sabrina.
but yeah, so she says it's not. So she's crazy
Hmm.
because she can lay in a bed for umpteen whatever amount of weeks
Hmm.
acting like she's incapacitated while she's running around scaring people,
Right.
looking in on people, locking doors,
Hmm.
talking to her son,
Hmm.
and running around at night like a little. I don't was like, what is this? Like
Yeah.
everybody's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and
Yeah.
then Lowen thinks she's solving some sort of Scooby Doo mystery. So it's
Yeah.
like I
Yeah. I feel
don't.
like, okay. So at the end of it, I kind of felt like I went too hard on Jeremy. Because, this whole book, I was kind of like, what's the truth with Jeremy?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I went a little too hard on Jeremy. However, even after um even after she had her accident, the fact that he never pursued anything to say this is what Crew said about that, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I feel you.
that's a little bit interesting. Now, I will say that from a reader standpoint, like just talking about the author, Colleen Hoover, I did like the part about I'm no one thing that actually caught me for a twist was him knowing that. That was actually a moment where I was like, oh, because I feel what do you feel about how do you feel about her as an author? What's your opinion?
I like her as an author. Like I just felt like she could have really took this home,
Yeah.
and I feel like she rushed it. I feel like she rushed the ending. She didn't
Yes.
think through all of the possibilities of what she has set up. She set up so many different
Mm-hmm.
angles that she could have went with,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think she chose the easiest one.
Yeah, and it was like a little bit disappointing, even though I was initially disappointed. Then when I realized that it was a thing, like Team Truth or Team Letter, I was like, maybe from a Arthur standpoint, she wanted to create buzz with this. Like, was that her goal?
Maybe,
You know what I
maybe.
mean? Like, was that her goal for people to be like, which one do you believe? And but I don't understand how anybody could be team letter because look what everything Verity did. She has a track record. So this letter is like right up her alley. You know what I mean? To say, oh, the whole thing was fake and I'm really trying to save Crew and run for my life and I'm just waiting for this to happen and you know,
I see how people could be team letter because everything we know of Verity is based on something that she wrote.
right.
Every single thing we know of her,
Besides what she's actively doing.
besides what she's actively doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are coming from the mindset that our whole vision of her, besides what she's actively doing, which you don't find out to the end,
Mm-hmm.
is based on what she wrote, and you can believe that she's writing as a basically a exercise, it's not
Right.
a true testament of what happened, then it I could see how somebody would be sympathetic toward Verity.
Hmm.
I could see sympathy toward Jeremy.
Yeah.
Because, if you find out your spouse has hurt your child, like, what would you do?
Right. Hi, Jane. How are
Hey,
you?
Jane. So it's like you don't know. You don't know what that would cause. So it's like I could see an area of sympathy for each person.
Right.
But my thought is, what was okay? The end game was for her to take the child and go.
Hmm.
She was just waiting on the money to hit, right?
Right.
Like, because I was trying to figure out what was the like. Did she think there was a possibility that they would ever get back together?
Yeah, and then too, and that's another part that didn't make sense and made the letter seem to me more obvious that it was fake is because okay, if this was just you and your writer's block, because she mentioned that um she regretted writing about Harper so soon after it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was that, and if Jeremy is like the love of your life and all this stuff, you can't explain that to him. You have to go through through this, extensive. It's just like no. Okay, absolutely not. Like there's no way I would have believed it. And if I was Lowen in like real life, I would have showed that letter to Jeremy. Like, look at this. Look at this crap. You see what she dropped? Like it just would be so obvious that it did not.
Lowen.
Yeah, and Lauren, you
Hmm.
definitely called Lauren. Everything you said about Lauren was true. She's been sneaky from the start, very sneaky from the start, and you know, I don't know. I guess she got what she wanted ultimately.
And that's the whole thing. This is what sealed my thing for Lowen. Because I honestly, I still had a little bit of, she's not really a bad person. This is a crazy situation. I felt that until the end of the book.
Yeah.
When I realized that she wasn't seeking truth,
Mm-hmm.
all she wanted was him.
Yes.
Because if you don't show him that letter, why would you not show it to him? Why?
Right.
Because you think if he reads it, he may not want you anymore.
Right.
He
Right.
may feel bad about what he did
Right.
and not
Mm-hmm.
want you. That's how I felt. It's like
That's a good
she's not a
point.
good person. She's
Yeah.
not a good person. He's not a good person.
Yeah.
Um, even
And
though he's the most sympathetic to me.
right. Mm-hmm.
Jeremy out of the three,
Oh yeah,
I have the
definitely.
most sympathy for
Oh
him.
yeah, I
How do you
definitely
feel?
do. I do. I know I have the most sympathy for Jeremy. If I had to have, I don't have any sympathy. I don't have anything for Verity. I have absolutely nothing for Verity because she's a psycho. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like she's literally a psycho. Jeremy, I have sympathy for Jeremy because he's just was like caught in the web of this. And also another thing I didn't like, I was if we I was going to read. I don't have to because we talked about it. I
No,
feel like
go
enough.
ahead.
Oh, but this is what I was gonna say. I was gonna read the part of her talking about um the moment where like Jeremy wasn't listening at the dinner, and this is when the publisher told her to do this and all that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
she also started her letter by saying, after years of being a perfect wife to you, Verity, you already told us the truth. You already told us that Jeremy, you didn't really feel fully loved by Jeremy. You felt like you had more invested. Anytime that you were doing crazy stuff to your children, Jeremy had a suspicion of it. So no, like you're not gonna tell us in this letter all of a sudden after years of being a perfect wife to you. I'm like, if she was real, I would go in on Verity so bad. Like I would go in on her so bad because it's like you are literally you're crazy. You're
Mm-hmm.
you're out of there. Truly. When I one thing also that's I'm curious to see, or this is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
I read in my research because I started. Did you go watch the trailers for the movie afterwards?
I didn't
You
go
didn't
back
do
and watch the
that
trailers. I was like, I was gonna wait.
Yeah.
and just kind of hash this out. Then I want to go look at the trailers because
Yeah.
I didn't watch them yet.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, I did. I don't honestly, I don't remember that much, but I did notice that the movie originally was supposed to be in theaters May 15th.
Oh wow.
Imagine that. Imagine if the timing would have been so crazy
Oh my
if it
god, I
came
didn't know
out
that.
May 15th, because that would be like next week. But now it's October 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm just curious to see how close to the book they keep the movie. And the reason I say that is because you always hear people say that the movie was better than the book. The movie was
Mm-hmm.
better than the book. Like, I hope for all of our sakes the movie. Oh no, they say the book is better than the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I hope for all of our sakes that the movie is better than the book in this case. Like
I'm
they
kind of hoping they choose an alternate ending.
an alternate ending, like some extra stuff, like,
Mm-hmm.
because it really does have so much potential. But I agree. I feel like it was rushed at the end, and she lost a lot of different storylines. Like, um, I know I've seen you that screenshot somebody on Reddit saying all of my theories were better than the actual ending, and I felt like
Yeah.
all of the theories and the possibilities that we talked through over the last couple of weeks were better than the actual ending. Just like how we thought for sure that the sleepwalking was being brought up for a relevant reason when it really wasn't. It had nothing to do with nothing about the end of it all.
Absolutely nothing. Like I
So,
was like, why did they do it this whole shebang about the
yeah, even
sleepwalking?
bringing up how her mom felt about the sleepwalking, her getting caught sleepwalking, and then for it to just drop out of the storyline, like, what? You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that,
Unless
what,
it was unless it was to kind of
throw us off.
touch on the idea that Lowen may have a dark side to her,
Yeah,
because
it
she
could be.
surely showed one
Oh, at the
when
end,
he
yeah,
was when he was doing what he was doing to Verity.
yeah,
She showed that she has a dark
right, right,
side to her.
mhm,
Maybe that, because I'm like, you went through this whole shebang of this whole sleepwalking thing, and all we got was a lock on the door.
right, yeah. And this is another thing I wanted to ask you. Being that you like and you are a psychological thriller reader, where does this even rank on that scale at the end of it all? Is it considered a psychological thriller, truly? Or is it like something resembling that? What
It's
do you think?
something resembling that. I would place it maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 5,
Okay,
because
a
it
fire,
does
okay.
have some
Mm-hmm.
of those little nuances in it. Like I said, I just feel she focused way too heavy on the romance and intimacy part. Like I feel
Yes.
like she could have really, 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 really stepped it up a notch,
Right. Right.
but she didn't. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she
Mm-hmm.
she didn't go there, and I feel like that has to do with the fact that you said that she was a romance author
Right. Yeah, she
primarily.
is. Uh-huh.
I think that maybe she couldn't get out of her own way with that
Uh,
part.
yeah. Okay. That makes
You
sense.
know what I mean? She's
That
so
makes sense.
used to doing that she
Right.
focused too heavily on it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was interesting to see other people say that if they also felt it was misplaced, and like it's like you want this to be, it's not giving what it's supposed to give.
Mm-mm.
Colleen Hoover, it wasn't giving it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. We're more so like, what, and we're also trying to understand what happened, and this just seems like a unnecessary roadblock. Like,
Right.
we don't know what's really going on because we have to read this part. You know what I mean?
And I'm like, I'm so sick of this.
Yeah, and
Like,
it's like,
okay.
right,
You
it
know.
has its place in other books when it
Hmm.
flows, but it just did not flow in this part. And I thought I don't know though, maybe that was part of it too, because it was, like I said last week, it was interesting that even Lowen was tired of it. Like, I thought that was funny.
I mean, maybe that was intentional.
Yeah, maybe it was intentional.
Maybe it was intentional for her in trying to mix up the two genres that she was trying to
Right.
kind of, you know what I mean? Stay true to what she usually does, but at the same time throw in the little psychological stuff. I don't know, but
Yeah. I would be interested to see like her
okay,
you know
Sabrina. She said she's listening while
oh
she's
Sabrina,
cooking.
what you cooking, girl?
What you cooking, Sabrina?
We having crawfish for dinner over here.
Everybody's cooking. I'm sitting here trying to be lazy. I don't want to cook jack today.
I understand. I'm so happy they're local cooks. Cause I'm like, I just don't have no interest in it.
Hmm. I'm not really interested in it either. My husband does a lot of the cooking because I just but he enjoys it. I don't really
Yes,
enjoy it.
right.
I
Same
don't enjoy
here.
it at all. So, but yeah,
But yeah, I think overall, I'm not mad that this was our first psychological thriller. I'm not mad
I'm
at
not
that.
mad.
Yeah, I'm
Mm-mm.
not mad at that. I thought I would be, but I'm not. I thought I would be at the like immediately ending the book because I'm like, um, to me it was just stupid. I feel like the letter was, like you said, a shortcut or the easiest, thing that she could do. But overall, I'm not mad at it at all. I would maybe down the line want to read a real psychological thriller just to actually get the feel of it and to really
Hmm.
be in that read that type of book. But overall, it was very fun. I think we read this book a lot faster than we thought we would
That's
too.
because, and
Remember?
now that's where we got to give her due.
Yes, that's
She
true. That's
does
true.
keep you invested
Yeah.
in
Hmm.
wanting to read the end.
Yeah.
So that's got to be good. Like that's
Hmm.
what you want. You
That
want people to
is
want to
because
read.
you definitely wanted to keep going.
Hmm.
We paced ourselves for a book club, our book club, which was awesome.
Oh, she's cooking chicken and potatoes in the oven. Oh, I love
Oh
chicken.
yes, me too.
And
That does sound
potatoes
really
are
good.
my favorite, my absolute favorite.
Really, that's awesome.
Yes.
Um,
So,
I-
what are your thoughts of? Well, we've already said that we both had the most sympathy for Jeremy.
mhm.
And hello, Elevated.
High elevated.
But so we both figured that out. We have the most sympathy for Jeremy out of the
Mhm.
three, out of Lowen, Verity, and Jeremy.
Right,
What is the thing that you feel like was missing? For me, that whole Corey thing. Why did we never hear about Corey again?
right,
That was a wasted thing too. I'm like, well,
hmm
what's he here for? Is
right.
it only to show what
Like her
kind of
past,
relationship
or give
she
her
was
some
in?
type of storyline besides this one.
Yeah, like that's kind of weird to me. So what was yours? What was your thing like? Why was this in
Um,
here?
Man, I would say that's a good question. What was my thing that felt like it was missing?
I think both of us said the sleepwalking was
Definitely
like, what was
sleepwalking
that for?
thing.
Yeah.
But I felt overall. Okay, this is what I would have wanted more of.
Okay.
More
Yeah.
on, more on where what Jeremy actually knew, because the whole book Jeremy had this kind of nonchalant, in a suspicious kind of way. Because we were like questioning Jeremy, like, how do you not know certain things? Like,
Hmm.
how is Loan only in your house for 2 weeks and she can put all these pieces together and you just don't know anything? Which I guess if I would have hung on to that, maybe the letter would have made more sense,
Hmm.
because the letter was kind of aimed to make Jeremy look like he was controlling everything. But by the time you read everything that Verity is capable of in the autobiography, to me it was harder to flip on Jeremy than to think Verity was even a
Hmm.
shadow, like even a slither of innocent. And so I think one thing for me was missing was more context on what Jeremy actually knew. Like what did that's what we don't know. We don't know that. So I think that would have been something that would have been good to elaborate on more.
I would
But
love to know what she was telling crew.
what she was telling crew, Yeah. Yeah.
And I also would have liked eh, your thing about Jeremy. Yeah, that's spot on because what I thought immediately was how quickly. I understand you skim the manuscript.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. But he had already read it.
Right.
If we
Mm-hmm.
if we believe that part of the letter, do we believe that part of the letter? We don't really know.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you're going to discount the letter, you have to discount it all.
Right. Yeah.
So we don't even know. We don't really know.
Yeah.
But how quickly he came back in there to do what he did
Right.
and to believe that she was
Mm-hmm.
able-bodied and she was in there,
Yeah.
it was very fast.
Yeah.
For his switch up was real quick, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, did you think it then before?
Right. And then also, the switch up too could have been fast because she alluded to him what Cruz said. You know, mommy told me to hold my breath, and then the thing, so it's kind of like could have been like confirmation. The manuscript could
Mm-hmm.
have been confirmation. Another thing that would have been interesting and a good add-on, if we were to believe the letter, she could have told her nurse what her plan was. She could have had somebody in on
Mm-hmm.
it with her as a witness or as a buffer of like, this is a situation I'm in. If you really thought it was that bad,
Mm-hmm.
even your nurse was fooled. You had everybody fooled. You had everybody thinking that you were just incapable of doing anything.
Which that's another hole in this thing,
Hmm.
Osland. It
Hmm.
wasn't very well thought through
Yeah.
because there are certain like brain activity.
Right.
She can't control that. If you're
Hmm.
in there, if you're in your body and like there's no way that she could fool the doctors
Right.
tests
Yeah.
that they run to see your brain activity and all that. So that wasn't
Right.
very well thought out. Like that whole thing was not well thought out.
Yeah. And then the
Um,
part where Lauren was like trying to trigger her and saying all those things, for her to not flinch or blink or do anything, but she's also psycho. She's like, people, in the movies, the villains that exist that are also geniuses, like they're
mhm.
villains and they're geniuses. That's how I would categorize Verity.
Yeah.
Like, like she might be one of those people that is so smart to where it like does something chemically to your brain. It also makes
Hmm.
you crazy.
Yep.
For her to be able to pull off any of this, she's on that level. You know what I mean?
She would have
Like
to have some she would have to be genius level
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
Yes, genius
Yeah.
level crazy.
Hmm.
For that. But yeah, it was definitely a good read. I would recommend it to somebody.
I would still recommend the book. It is a good read,
Hmm.
but I just like I said, I'm like, man, this is all you gave
Yeah.
to the climax of the story. Like
Hmm.
all of these chapters, she has so much time and space and opportunity
Yeah.
to really build up something. And I just hate that she waited that long.
Right. And you know what else I give it credit for is, like we said earlier, just being the page turner that it is. Because
Mm-hmm.
another thing I read when I was like looking at other people's comments is it was a couple different people that are kind of just getting back into reading. And even
Mm-hmm.
though the book, it leaves you with that feeling of like, you know, when you just
Wah
want to
wah.
talk about it or like, yeah, yeah, it's still got that reading thing going.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to read, I want to know what's going on. It's interesting. It's like one of those things we really could have we I mean you could have read this in 1 week. It talked
Yes.
about the whole book on one episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I also thought about that. I thought about how the speed that you read it, what effect it could have on you as far as Team Truth or Team Letter. Like
Mm-hmm.
imagine if we would have read this just all in 1 week. We probably would give the letter more credit. But we had time to talk about it in between and really break down how crazy Verity is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And feed off of each other's thoughts
yes. And
about
so
it
by the time she
because
come with that letter, we're like,
yeah.
no ma'am. Mm-mm.
I just can't. I was just like, no, lady, nope, nope, nope. You're not gonna sit in a bed all this time and be able to fool everybody, and we think that you're completely sane and you
Right.
didn't do that. I can't do it. I can't do
Mm-mm.
it.
Mm-mm.
Dude, just, but I don't know. Lowen still gets on my nerves the most
Yeah, definitely.
because at the end, all she wanted was that man.
Yeah, all she wanted was him. Mm-hmm.
And I get it. I get it. You know, she was in love with him. I get that. But my thing is, you read a letter that said the dude already tried this before,
Mm-hmm.
according to
Right.
Verity, if you were to believe Verity. Which
Mm-hmm.
she herself said she didn't know whether she believed her.
She did say that. Yeah, she did say that. And she didn't. She said her reasons for not knowing was, I think she mentioned that Jeremy read it too fast. I think, and then also I don't remember what her other reasons were, but she had her suspicions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that means that you're going to willingly
Mm-hmm.
be with a dude that you know already attempted this before and
Right.
succeeded the second
Right.
time. And you don't
Yeah.
have any feelings about you could be next. That
Right.
you could do something.
Yeah. Yeah. Lauren she's definitely, she has her issues as well.
She's a weirdo.
Nobody beats Verity.
Mm-mm.
As far as a um villain, Verity is up there. Like in
Yes.
all the villains that I know of, Verity is up there because the maternal thing that she had against her children, um I know that it exists in real life,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very uncommon, or it's uncommon to know, to have it in your awareness.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what happens with people behind closed doors because she was pulling it off pretty well to
She was.
onlookers. But that level, it rises her up on the villain thing, like top tier for her to
She
be able
is
to
a
be.
super villain. I'm
She
not
is.
gonna lie.
She
She is.
is.
She's
She
super villain.
definitely is a super villain.
She is. I still can't get over though how you can just lay there and
Yeah, and just dangle off the bed like she
yeah.
was doing, and you got people cleaning you up, and turning
Hmm.
you around and
She's
feeding
having
you, and
accidents on herself and
yeah,
because
yeah.
that isn't that what happened though when
What?
Lauren was in her face.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think she had an accident on herself.
Oh yeah, she did. Because then Jeremy came in and was like,
Hmm.
What are you doing?" And she was like, "Oh, Verity needs to be changed."
Hmm.
Lord, it's crazy.
So
So
I
crazy.
mean, is that the only thing she could think in her brain to do?
Right.
Because
Yeah,
she
she's
couldn't
crazy.
move or anything.
Hmm.
She had to keep the act up. So that it's a very strange story,
Hmm.
but it's a
I can't wait to see the
very,
movie.
I can't wait to see the
If
movie.
the movie is disappointing, I'm gonna be disappointed. The movie,
Right.
it to me, it has potential to be very disappointing.
Hmm.
It has potential to be very disappointing, especially if they lean in on the scenes, like the romance side of it. If they lean in on
Hmm.
that in the wrong way, like they did in the book, it's gonna be like, you know what I mean? If they don't give us more, they need to add more to Jeremy's character. We need to know more
Hmm.
about Jeremy's character. It would be cool if they could show the twins actually in their life,
Yes.
like in their life prior to, and maybe some of Verity's actual love story with Jeremy. Like if they do it in the same way they did the book, like on the parts where she is in her autobiography, if they can show her and Jeremy together and really just, but I feel
Hmm.
like it also has a lot of potential to be stupid. So I just am hoping for the best.
I'm really hoping, but I would say you guys to check out this movie though,
Yeah.
just to see what is going to like how they're going to take this.
Mm-hmm.
Which direction. It has a very strong potential to be a great movie.
It does. Yeah.
but it also has a very strong
Yeah.
potential to be horrible.
Right.
So it just depends on the direction they go. So I'm hoping that the directors, producers, etc., know what they're doing with this to make it. I'm
Hmm.
hoping that they read the reviews from people
Yes. Yeah.
so they could see how to make it better.
And the online critics that are reading stuff, um, they were kind of disappointed with Jeremy's, like who they picked to be Jeremy. I'm really interested to see Anne Hathaway as Verity, but I also saw people saying that in the book Verity was a blonde. I don't remember
Mhm.
that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think it said that in the
But
beginning.
people were like stuck on that part as far as what it came to Anne Hathaway. I don't get it either. But they were
She could put
like,
a wig on.
she could, but then there was another actress that was actually a blonde that I guess I don't know, but it's just interesting. It's interesting to see people's opinions and takes on it, and that's the beautiful thing about art is because Colleen Hoover just took this whole storyline
Hmm.
out of her brain, out of thin air, put it together, and it's something for us to talk about. We can still learn from. Like I did learn about the motherhood thing that some people
Hmm.
have. Um, and it's interesting. It's entertaining. Definitely that.
That's so funny though that you say that people were hung up on the fact that the character is a blonde, and I'm like,
Yeah, and they were also
you
disappointed
don't
with
even know what
Jeremy,
these
the
celebrities' real
actor.
hair color is. You don't know what their real hair color is. You know what you see in the movies.
Right. Yeah,
You don't
true.
know what they were born as.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
whether they were blonde.
Yeah. Um,
So
so T, I must ask you.
okay.
Oh my gosh. I know we said we was gonna break between,
Hmm.
but what vibe are you feeling next? Do you even know?
I don't even know.
I don't even
I've been
know
thinking
either.
about like biographies or like an autobiography. I've been thinking about that because we've had quite a few come out recently. We've had the
Oh really?
Shauna Landfair one, the R. Kelly one. We've had Brandy.
Oh, interesting.
We've had there's another one too that's come out recently. So a lot of like autobiographies and biographies are coming out. But I don't want it to be so heavy.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, I'd be selective in what kind of
Mm-hmm.
biography or autobiography I would. But then I want to get back to also a part of me misses the self-help positive
Yeah, yeah,
building stuff that we started with. Like I miss that too because
yeah.
that's a really helpful thing because it constantly reminds you to keep improving upon yourself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm not sure. So this book club, like I say, is definitely been one of the highlights of my year so far. Just starting this in January and continuing going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One of my motivations for wanting to do a book club is reigniting my love for reading, which was gone for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it's done that. So after Verity, being that we finished Verity Sunday, I got into two new books that I'm
Okay.
reading, like, just for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so those books are one that was getting a lot of buzz. Emma Greed's new book, which is um, Start With Yourself. Have you seen that around?
I've heard of that one. I've heard of that one. I
Yeah.
didn't
So
recognize it by you saying the author's name, but I do
yeah, it
recognize it
starts
by
it
you.
starts with us. That I think that just came out this month, I think, or last in April. So I've
Mm-hmm.
been reading that one, and I got We Over Me, which is a book by DeVale and Claudine Ellis.
Mm-hmm.
They're like on Instagram. I've been following them for years. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know the two
Okay.
people, but I have heard of
I
the
feel like
book.
anybody
I
that
hear a lot of
follows
book names.
them, DeVale and Claudine, you will love them. They're a married couple from Brooklyn, and they started with just like family content. But
Hmm.
DeVale, even though he's young, he's like a old school father. They have four boys. They're beautiful. Everyone is just you really saw DeVale and Kadeen too story from the jump. Like you saw DeVale just as a content
Ah.
creator, start off as a content creator. Now he, last couple of years been working with Tyler Perry. And
Hmm.
so I really like them. But they also wrote a book about their relationship and marriage and all this stuff. So they also have a podcast that people listen to. I listened to some episodes, but y'all don't haven't had time to tune into much. So that's the only reason I don't. But
Okay.
those are two things that I'm reading now, and I'm actually excited to read something else. So with our book club book, I'm like, I feel like we can go anywhere. Like it's just been fun for me.
I don't care. I don't care which book we choose.
But I'm
I
down for
would.
autobiography because I've not ever read or biography because I've not ever read any except
Hmm.
one. I think it was Tupac biography when I was like 12. I'm down for that though because
Hmm.
that'll be fun too to talk about like just what's going on, stuff we didn't know about people that we're interested in and stuff like that.
Yeah. I was just trying to switch up the genre of book, but it doesn't matter to me. It honestly doesn't matter to me. So we'll pose the question this week
Yeah.
to. We'll put up a post like which genre of book would
Oh yeah, that'll be
everybody
nice.
want it. Then at least we have some direction of what we're looking for, like what kind of book
Hmm.
we're looking for, or any book suggestions. So if you have a book suggestion that you want
Hmm.
us to, because I've been seeing books all over the place lately. Everybody's talking about different books.
Yes, it's easy. That's why I'm
So,
like I'm so ADHD to be doing read two books at one time. You know what I mean?
hmm,
And also have one from January that I didn't finish, but I feel like honestly because I've been listening to the Audible for both of those books, I need to make myself pause, especially this
hmm,
week, and finish the book that I was reading earlier this year, which was Psycho-Cybernetics, because it's a great book.
mm.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I have this thing of just like getting distracted, and that was a good book. So I'm gonna go back to that one and finish it probably this week and then pick up on my other two.
Okay,
Yeah. But this was fun as always, T.
it
Oh wait, I
was.
wanted to say real quick, Sabrina said she read It Ends With Us, and I feel the book and the
Oh,
movie was right on point. I've heard of that, but I'm not familiar with it. But I
I
have
have heard
heard
of
of
it
it.
too, Sabrina. So I'm gonna have to check that out too.
Yeah, I've heard of it. It Ends With Us. I don't know where I heard it, but it definitely sounds familiar.
Hmm. So
Sabrina
yeah,
said I can
well,
only at one time. Yeah, Sabrina, my brain be all over the place. I don't know.
I got to do one book at a time, because I would just
Yeah,
be.
yeah. I just like listen to it, so I could be just laying down, just listening.
Hmm. I would be all over the place. I would have like all the storylines mixed up.
Oh, that's what she said. It's the same author as Colleen Hoover. That's where I've seen it. Like looking at her books,
Oh,
It Ends With Us. Interesting. We have to look into that one, Sabrina.
we will have to look at that, Sabrina.
And it's already a movie, sounds like.
And she said it was right on point. So maybe they're gonna do this one exact same way.
Yeah, but we'll definitely talk about it next
But
week.
we will find out. And we will talk when it does become a movie, we are gonna watch it
Yes,
and we're
yes.
gonna review whether it was
Oh
as
yeah,
close to the book
definitely.
as
Mm-hmm.
what we read. So,
Yeah.
but guys, we have come up upon our time
Yep.
for the
Very
day.
enjoyable as always. Thank y'all so much for coming.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
and I hope everyone has a great week. And talk to y'all later. Talk to you later,
Bye.
T. Bye.
Bye, Osland. Bye, everybody.